country. So studying digital marketing would allow you to get the skills and help SMEs back home to leverage on digital skills to gain more profit or also gain some online presence. Okay, so you always had to link it back to the other essays and make it very, very realistic and very unique to yourself. Basically, that's it. And the career plan, I think he said it all as well. So,
All right.
yeah.
Cherubim, you were going to say something.
I was just going to add that for some, just as Mel was saying, maybe a course could also give you, for me, my course gave me 3 months to work with a European company here. So those, you can also mention that as one of the reasons you want to do such a course. So it gives you that international working experience in a sort, or maybe you could go on, your course will require you to go on a field trip, maybe in the UK or even beyond the UK, anywhere else. Or your course has a specific practical component, you can advance also that as well.
All right, that's great, amazing. Thank you, Melissa and Cherubim, for such an impactful moment. I know we are not going to get this information anywhere. Thank you so much, and I believe participants too are really appreciative of this. Please, if you have a question, drop it in the chat box and we are going to answer that. Before I, do any summary or anything, Richard is on standby to also, add on to anything at all that he has to. So he's called Richard Apple. He's a Chevening Scholar 2019-2020. Yes, he's from University of Warwick, UK. Yes, our cybersecurity expert. He says it everywhere. So please, Richard, if you can hear me, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Bernice. And I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, please.
You can hear me?
The others are on mute, so yeah, we can.
Oh, you have muted the others.
We're getting feedback from them, so it's safer this way. If they have, anyone should have a question, you just raise their hand and then you can unmute them.
Oh, okay. I think that Mels and then Mauli have probably said most of the things that, they are the fresh scholars. And so their experiences are actually more or less new, except to suggest that as they've already harnessed on, Chevening is actually a very competitive scholarship and it does receive a lot of applications. Because in terms of studying in the UK, I think that it's Chevening Commonwealth Scholarship and then Commonwealth Shared that could guarantee some kind of full funding. And so, like they mentioned, it's all about quality application. I don't know how many people applied this year, but I think our time about 52,000 people applied and 1,500 people were actually given the opportunity from 165 countries across the world. And so irrespective of how many applications that could possibly even come from Ghana, Chevening, it's not more or less to select more than 25 or 30 people from Ghana. In our batch, we were just 21 from about 1,000 to 2,000 applications that were actually made in the country. And so, I think there are so many experience and then the factors for putting up a successful Chevening application, I would say is multifaceted. And so, personally, I would suggest that you don't just put in any application. In any case, the UK has a development plan for each of the Commonwealth countries and then for each of the developing countries. Especially UKID has some programs that they run in the various countries. And in all countries, they have their priority areas. So for example, if you are actually living in Ghana, it will be very important to look at areas that are of interest to the UK when it comes to Ghana's development. And then you also look at programs that will be tailored to your career objective, either through your academic line or work you are doing, because once you're able to choose a very good program, it becomes very easy for you to justify why would you want to do that program in the UK. And you see, a lot of time also, those, even if your application go through successful and at the interview level, they might want to know, because for example, if you want to go and read MBA in the UK, when we know that MBA, for example, there are a lot of schools in Ghana that runs MBA, then it means that you would have a hurdle to climb in trying to convince the people as to why you feel that you might want to read this program actually in the UK. So you may have to do kind of, and so for me, I would rather encourage people, especially those in the sciences, to look at area that Ghana is deficient and which area Ghana actually need human resources. Because it's the interest of the UK government that at the end of your 2-year program, you come back to your economy. At the end of the 1-year program, you come back to your home country to stay at least for 2 years. And so they more or less trying to look at the importance of your program to your local economy, your country's economy, and how UK is going to benefit from it. But you see, some of these criteria in practice, it seems a way. I say it's a hate because you see, any country that is offering scholarship in that large scale has their own motive. And so the UK is not just only interested in other countries' development. There was a political commitment behind it. And it's also very important that you get it. And so unlike many other scholarships, Chevening actually also target potential leaders. That is actually the political goal beyond Chevening. And so you realize that the aim of Chevening and Commonwealth Shared or Commonwealth Scholarship may differ. When it comes to Chevening, UK is actually trying to identify people who in the next 10 years or 20 years will be ruling the business when it comes to the country, will be in the political space when it comes to the country, and then will be in decision making of the various countries. That is all that they are looking for. And so it's very important that in all the essays, and I actually don't know if the essays this time around have changed from the 4 essays that we wrote in the last 2 years. And so in all the essays, then it means that these things, the leadership qualities that are in you would have to actually come out. But there are a lot of things to say, and I believe that if participants actually come out with their questions, it will actually help us to provide the right answers and opinions to whatever information they may seek. So that's where I would end, Bennett.
All right, thank you for freeing me. Thank you so much, Richard, for that wisdom there. Okay, so I'll just be brief and just share some small takeaway for you, and then we can take your questions. So from Mel and Cherubim's presentation, important things to, and it's ending 2nd November 2021. You have enough time to put your application out there, and then you also have to read more about it at chevening.org. Chevening.org. Yes, and with regards to your leadership, I know if you've not read about Chevening, even these things you are talking may not make sense to you, but please go and read, and it will make sense. Leadership and influence demonstrated with clear examples and concrete results. And also, do not be defining leadership. Do not copy and paste. Please be original, be unique if you want to be selected for this scholarship. It's a very competitive one, as Richard was giving the statistics. And with your networking, you have to be unique in diverse ways of maintaining your network. And then, discuss how they will facilitate. I hope I wrote well. Yes, just your strength. You have to demonstrate how you maintain your network and what will come out of it. You just don't have to state you join this social media, you join this social media. Please be unique here. And then we have studying in the UK. Your strength, you have to have clear, steady outcomes and be conscious about the programs you choose. Don't just be choosing programs anyhow. Richard has made a lot of emphasis on that. Don't just be choosing any program anyhow. And also be original, avoid copy and paste. I mean, it runs through all the essays. Be very original and authentic. And with your career plans, be very specific. Don't just write words. Please be specific and then know your career plans. I mean, you can go on and on, but make sure that it is, it's developed well. Yes. And I think that would be it. So please, we are open for questions. Just drop your questions there in the chat box and I'll read it all. So let me I heard the first question coming in from Max Akantibila. He said, please, can we get access to some of your essays as guidance to our scholars?
This is a funny question to ask, to be honest. As a scholar, you should never ask that question. It means you didn't even listen well to what I said. Originality is very important in the Chevening process, and no scholar essay in any form, it can only direct you, but it's not any guarantee at all. I would advise that you try to be original as possible. A previous scholar's essay, if you're not being careful, might derail you because you'll be forced to tell your application in his line and could even derail your genuine chances. So that's why some scholars avail themselves for reviewing. And sadly, I reviewed a lot of essays last year. This year, I'm out. So I'll suggest most people on call to, because I have other commitments I'll be committed to. So I'll suggest most people, you reach out to the new scholars of this year, 2021. Most of them, they will share it on LinkedIn, I think in a few days, right, Mel?
Yeah.
Yeah, so reach out to them to review your essay or go through your essays for you. But I will not avail mine because I would not want to endanger your genuine and unique original opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same here. It applies the same way. I think you should be genuine. Even if I give it to you, you might or you might not get it. I mean, I don't know. It has to be original. We can just direct you from
And
there.
quick, Chevening also uses a plagiarism checker. They have ways, when you're administering a scholarship like Chevening, you guys think about it yourself. So are you trying to say every year they wouldn't know that this essay came before? Like you can imagine people who want to duplicate previous successful essays. So it just goes in. Just be sure you.
I think Chevening, what they want to do is they want to see how
it
you
was
did it,
tailored and all that.
and they can also tailor it to that. But trust me, everybody's is different. As I said, it has to be a compelling story, a unique. Okay, that's it. Just listen to us. Read the FAQs on Chevening's website. Read the do's and don'ts. You would be fine.
You would
Richard, do
be
you have
fine.
anything to add? Richard, I want Richard to answer this.
Richard, please, Richard, we are listening.
Well, I don't know. It actually depends. If the people are not picking up the essays and then trying to be putting in where it fit them, that would be fine. But for me, that is why there are actually sample essays. Chevening, I think that Chevening along the way sometimes puts up sample essays. We call it sample essays. So if you want to use our essays as sample, why not? But like they are saying, you cannot pick my English and then just replace where I write computer science or cybersecurity, go and put MBA there. That will not make you successful. You can try that 10 times and you will fail at that. And so if you want to see how we told our story, that is fair enough. And I don't see anything wrong about that.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is handing in your document to somebody you don't know. That's the thing, but I can direct you over the phone or something.
Great. Next question, please.
I think the Nana's hand is up. So
I think there's some questions in the chat.
Yes. Sorry, I was on mute. I had to put my hand up for Richard to see me and release me from there. So we have, I think Bernard also has the same question about, please, could we see examples of successful essays for each section, for example, leadership networking? I think that has been explained and has been answered. Okay, and please, we those currently in level 400, can we apply certificate? Can someone answer that for me? Anybody at all? Level 400.
Which one?
He said, please, we those currently in level 400, can we apply? Because our transcripts and certificates are not ready yet.
Well, if the person is in level 400 and the person had some working experience or some, you see, the 2 years actually about Chevening could be a combination of so many things. It could be internships. And so when you put in your experience, what Chevening does, they do calculation to find out whether you meet that 2 years, that deadline. If, for example, you are in school and you were doing some part-time works, you could put in that. Chevening has a way of determining. But if you are the type, right from secondary school, you move to the university, and the university you have not done any internship, and you're in the final year, then obviously you do not qualify. And so you may want to actually finish your national service, which will actually give you 1 year. And then you could add some other information to it to give you the 2 years. I think they are very particular also about the 2 years. I don't know what the others will have to say.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're applying, there's a place where if you work part-time, they'll ask you to, you are putting your hours in. So the system will even multiply your total hours. So if you work for 2 years, there's a requisite number of hours you would have worked. So in the application portal, even if you did part-time internship, you see all of them totaling out. So they'll ask you how many hours do you work in a week. So you calculate it. The minimum is to get 2 years. And like Richard noted, or as he noted, it could be the 2 years experience could be from internships. It could be from maybe working in your gap year between SHS and university. It could be from any point. Once it sums up to the minimum of 2 years, that's what Chevening requires.
And then before Bernice, you come in, I was just going through the question that is being asked in the chat. And you know my opinion about some of these things. You see, when you want to put in such application for programs such as Chevening, I think that you yourself, you have to be very serious and then do a lot of some background check. You can't just hear that there was a webinar for Chevening Scholarship and then you join in. Because some of the questions you are asking, I don't see you as a potential candidate for Chevening. I'm sorry if you're offended, but that is it. Before coming to this webinar, if your intention is to apply for Chevening, the first step you have to take is to go to the Chevening website. Go and read everything about Chevening. You can't come here and come and ask me whether would you have to get English proficiency. Some of these questions, they are basic questions that Chevening has answered them. And so when you come to such platform, this is not where you have to ask those questions. So as a first step, take the step. You make a post on Facebook, and then somebody is coming into your inbox to come and find out what do I need to qualify. I mean, some of these questions, when you come to my inbox and be asking me that, I will not answer you. And I've always been telling Bernice and other people about this, sharing opportunities with Ghanaians and sharing opportunities with people from Nigeria. You see how Nigerians are very agitated when it comes to opportunities. I was in the UK and a young man actually had applied to come to a school in the UK. He got admission, he didn't get a scholarship. And somebody told him that I was already in the UK, so probably I can assist the person. And this is a journalist. Then the person contacted me. I gave him a link of University College London, UCL. And I mean, UCL is, when you pick first 5 schools in the UK, UCL will be part. When I sent the link, they were providing scholarship for Africans on some programs, which include development communication. When I send the link to the person to apply, the first question the person asked me is that, is it a good school? You are, for Christ's sake, you are in Ghana. and I have given you UCL, and you're asking me whether it's a good school. What do you have to do? The first thing you have to do when I sent you the link was to go to the school and go and read about the school, go and read about the program, go and read about the options. And so after that, all questions the person asked me, I did not answer, because honestly, I can't deal with such people. I don't, because I want people who are prepared to actually go the extra mile. I sent the same information to a Nigerian friend who was also trying to apply for scholarship. And the first thing the person came was he listed 3 programs from the website and told him that these programs, which of them do I suggest? This is somebody whose mind is prepared for opportunities, please. And this problem are with Ghanaians. And I'm sorry, I have to mention that. Because for me, coming into this program, you have done your background check and there are certain information you don't understand. You want some tips on how to put in a successful application. There are certain basic questions that you don't have to apply. Like, I mean, for Christ's sake, as a basic requirement, Chevening says that anybody with 2.1, once you can be admitted to the UK university, you qualify to apply for Chevening. So even if you come in here and come and ask me, can a second class lower apply? What kind of question are you trying to ask? And personally, like, I get a lot furious about some of these things. We have to be very serious, because mind you, you are competing with a lot of people. Other than that, always you'll be on Facebook and be congratulating people. You have to be serious about some of these things. I'm sorry,
Richard, I would add something to that. With the second class thing, maybe the person could have put it this way. I can see from the website. Okay, if I had put it this way, I can see from the website you need to get an upper, but I do have a lower, and I have some work experiences. Do I stand a chance? Would that make you furious?
not even really. And then you see, I was just scanning through, so I just had to use those as an example. I'm not being hard on the person that asked.
I get Richard. I get Richard.
But
I understand it, but I think a lot of people ask that question because maybe in university you didn't do well, but you feel like you can do better. You feel like this thing can help you, and you have experiences that, for me personally, I would say apply, because you never know.
Yeah, but you see, Mel, between you and Richard, I think I perfectly get what Richard said. I've had that a lot in my LinkedIn DMs.
Yeah.
The difference between Nigerian applicants and Ghanaian applicants. I have a Nigerian applicant who is coming this year to my school. This girl she's been more than diligent. She's somebody you want to help. But you get Ghanaians in the same DM asking you like that question: is it a good school? And very, like, in quote, very funny questions. Like, if you have the chance to ask a scholar a question, ask a question that will even make the person think twice about you. But so I think some of the questions being asked, it would just have been better off to check on the FAQs. And as Richard noted, do your due diligence before you come. Because as Richard noted also, a year we had over 65K people applying. In Ghana alone, almost close to 2,000 people applying, and they chose only 23. So you see the percentage there is so small. So you would also want to help people you feel are very more serious. That's why, for me, if you ask me to share my essay with you, for me personally, it just shows where you are. Like, it shows where you are at the whole. But if, let's say, I've been working with you over a period, and then that comes up, fine, I'll share with you. But if you meet me for the first time, or you don't even know me, and then you're asking for my essay or something, like, I'm sorry, like, I would not.
I mean, that's all part of the networking. Like, we need to get to a certain point before you even ask me that question. You get me? And I think Ghanaians, we have a lot to do.
We have a lot to learn. I mean,
because if you see the Nigerians, sometimes it's good to compare. Sometimes, because we learn. It's every day we learn. So please, let's try and do a lot from our part. Some of us can step in. Okay, you don't wait to be spoon-fed. Do a lot.
And one quick thing too. Someone also asked if the 2 years coming back to Ghana is important.
Yeah.
I don't know the rationale behind that, but I get that a lot. Like, people ask me, they don't like Chevening because, well, half a loaf is better than none. Yes. Because they have to come back to Ghana. Yes. And for some of these people, they don't even end up getting anything else, and they stay in Ghana their whole life. So I don't know the rationale behind that question, but I don't feel it's the most important. There are other scholarships that will not require you to come to Ghana. So maybe you can check them
And
out.
when you go for the interview, please don't go and ask that question.
Yeah, please do not. Because Chevening is for leaders or people who have influencing mentality and who certainly want to come back to Ghana at least after 2 years. Or to stay in Ghana after 2 years post-study, at least for 2 years, yeah.
And then I want to add something up to that one. And with respect to that 2 years, you see, when you finish the program and your visa expires, once you get on the scholarship, there is a person that is assigned to you. I've forgotten the name we used to call these guys.
PO.
The PO, that's your program officer. He is responsible for your welfare throughout your stay in the UK. Anything that you need, you contact that particular person. When your visa is about expiring, that person will be sending you email when you realize that the almost everybody is leaving and you alone, you are in the UK. He will be sending you email to be finding out from you, where are you? Are you still in the UK? Are you in the Ghana? But you see, this is what I will say. That rule may not be a fast or tight rule, because in any case, like I mentioned, the UK is also looking for talent. So I'm sure when you are done with your program, and then lo and behold, you are actually being employed by organization because of certain skills that you are having, they would allow you to stay. They will allow you to stay. But the point is that when you finish and you feel that you are not moving on, and I mean, you can come to Ghana and live to another countries, even though the rule actually states that you have to be in your home country for 2 years. And I mean, that is it. You can actually also go back to the UK anytime you want to go, but not to go and stay there until you actually serve that bond of the 2 years. Now, like you see, like still on the same issue that I was raising. You see, almost every day when I make a post on Facebook, you see young people sending you so many messages. And I like to help people because we are living, and that's the truth. Our country is terrible. And I actually wish, yes, the country is terrible. And I actually wish that all these young people in this webinar would have opportunity to live and go and have some education elsewhere. To be honest, I think that in my career path, one of the most important things that happened to me was to study at the University of Warwick. And when I say Bernice Wola, of course, everybody, Warwick is one of the best universities in the UK.
Yes.
And those in Harvard and Oxford, Warwick is the best place, especially the faculty. I'm sure Melissa is in WMG. It is the best faculty within the Warwick. Everything is practical. You learn things that my 4-year bachelor's degree in KNUST could not teach me. I learned them within the 1 year.
Yeah.
That is it. The skills that I have now, the skills that I have now that I'm using is actually gained from the UK. Not that they have superhuman lecturers there, no, but the system are there. The system is actually working. Now,
24/7, eh?
Yeah, let me give a typical example. And I read this message to you. And I had to take this girl through the process. And finally, she applied to a school in Canada and she got admission to McGee. And then just last 2 weeks, she sent me a message that she's received her visa. She came to my inbox on LinkedIn, and this is how she started. She mentioned my name. Hello, sir. I am so and so person. I'm currently awaiting my graduation, and I studied information technology. Over the past years in school, I have gained a keen interest in cybersecurity, but it has been very difficult for me to put into perspective. I would like to kick off my career and understand that internships are a very good way to start, also gaining specific certifications. I have done some introductory courses in cybersecurity from Cisco and IBM. I have a beginner's knowledge of all I will be going into. Also, I would like to take on a graduate program, master's or PhD in cybersecurity. I'm also conflicted on whether to do a course or a thesis-based program. I would appreciate your mentoring and advice on the way for sincere, and then a person give the name. Immediately I saw that message, I responded to the person and I gave my contact to the person and I started engaging the person. After 2 months, we got schools in the Canada, and straight away she got a PhD, from the first degree to a PhD. Is that okay? And then somebody will come and say, please, do you know of any scholarship? Please, do you know of it? I mean, please, at least, for Christ's sake, some of us are also busy. We are also busy. We are also busy people. So when we come to our inbox, I choose and pick the messages that I reply. So if you are here and you have sent me a message in my inbox, either LinkedIn or Facebook, and I have no mind you, it means I don't consider your message as something I have to respond. I'm sorry. But please, your approach to people is also very important. Okay, it's very important. You may have the talent. And I wish, always I tell Bernice, I said, I wish because of these young people that we have, because our talents are being wasted in this country. But elsewhere, our talents are needed. Sometimes, if you hear of business ideas that people are making millions of pounds or dollars on, you'll be marveled. Somebody could even be selling coconuts in the US and be making millions. But here, so please, at least try and let's know that you are hungry for opportunity. Be hungry for opportunity. It's very important.
Thank you, Richard. Be hungry for opportunity. That's what he put it. All right, so we have a question here. Have you at any time used any app to proofread your essays? If yes, which one will you recommend? Correcting grammar.
The premium is Grammarly.
Grammarly.
So if free or paid, I think it's fine. There are other free ones you can use.
Yeah, you can just
Grammarly,
download from Google. Just Google it and then download Grammarly.
Yeah.
Yep, and then okay, a question about the 2 years. The person said he just joined and missed out.
let him read let him go to the Chevening FAQs website and get abreast. But I just noted that Chevening requires you to have worked for a minimum 2 years, and that 2 years could be national service, internship, every other thing. They have a portal where you volunteer, you put in those hours to tally up to the 2 years. So
all right. So Isaac from Paul, please visit chevening.org to read more on that. You have all the answers there. You want somebody to descend on you.
no,
all right, no, please, Thomas.
But if you read, you know.
Okay. Someone is justifying their question. The reason for the question, I hope to stay and get my PhD right after my master's, then come back to Ghana. So the reason why the person is asking if they can stay more than 2 years, and then maybe if the 2 years is mandatory, was because she wants to get her PhD before she comes back.
That's great. Like Richard noted, I have a friend who was of the same view that he doesn't like Chevening because of the 2 years thing. And now he has nothing. He doesn't even have the masters. I feel sometimes it's a very Ghanaian thing. We like guaranteed assurances that you don't even have the choice for. As that person I'm talking about now, he's just in Ghana, like he doesn't even have the masters yet. But he was of the view that he wants to stay, as Richard noted, if you stay behind, they have this visa talent called I think they call it the tech talent. That could be a route, could be a route for you. If you are exceptionally, let's say you are doing something in the tech talent, you can stay behind. But some people want certain assured guarantees when you don't have a choice. So I feel don't be part of those people who you would say you want to stay behind. You can come back to Ghana and live to any other country in the world other than the UK. So it's all up to you.
There's no time. I feel like when you have the opportunity to do something, just grab it, because you never know where that place will elevate you to another place. So just make use of the opportunities. That's all.
No.
And then, Bernice, there is also, in addition to the talent, there was also what we call the entrepreneurship. You see, most schools actually sponsor that. When you finish your program, okay, and then you have a business idea you want to start up in the UK, you write a proposal to your school, and the school has a committee called entrepreneurship committee. When they assess your business to be viable, they would sponsor you through the home office so that you stay in the UK for 2 years to nurture your business idea. Those opportunities are all there. But like Chevening is saying, you see, you would have to take one step. Whilst you are there, you consider other options. Personally, that's how I take decision. Yeah. When I took a decision to actually go and do Chevening, I had another opportunity to work for an international organization, but I left and I went to the UK to go and do my master's, because I was of the opinion that job will always wait for skills. And personally, immediately after my program, I submitted my thesis in August. By September 1st, I was in this country. My visa had no, I had 6 months of my visa. It just expired this April. But I came to this country because I didn't see what I was doing there. I'm done with what I went there. Maybe you are actually thinking about when you come back what you are coming to do. Whilst you're on your master's program and you're about completing, you can look for opportunities elsewhere. The truth of the matter is that 1 year master's in UK will expose you to so many scholarship opportunities in Canada, in US, in Australia, once you have your master's from the UK. You see, the thing is network. All these European countries, they see UK as the hub of education. And so whilst you're on your master's program, you have not even finished. Canada can give you admission, PhD admission, awaiting completion of your master's. Whilst you're in this Ghana and you are doing the so-called MPhil and the MSc, no university there will be awaiting your completion. It's a fact. Some of this we have to tell you for you to know. It's the truth. It's that 1 year master's in the UK will give you so many opportunities. So many. And I'm telling you, whilst you're on the program, just email any professor in the UK or Canada. I'm so and so. I'm on a cybersecurity program at the University of Warwick. When I send one to a professor, you come and see. They have heard about University of Warwick, and most of these UK schools are very good schools. They are very good schools. Robert Gordon, University of Aberdeen. I know Ghanaians, your school are just two. Manchester University and the Coventry University. Ghanaians like these schools a lot. But even with that, it's okay. If you use that one whilst you're on the program, then you are looking for opportunities. You are looking for PhD. Is that okay? Like I'm asking this, adding this to the person who said want to stay on for a PhD. You see, PhD in the UK, you see, scholarship actually in the UK is a very difficult thing, both for masters and then the PhD. Unless the traditional one. Ghana now, we don't even qualify for Commonwealth shared scholarship for PhD. Chevening does not sponsor PhD. It's just 1 year taught. So even if you are going for an MBA program, which is actually 2 years, Chevening has a cap. They will pay that cap and they expect that you have to add the rest. And so theirs is 1 year taught program. Is that okay? Go and take that. I can cite so many examples. I had a friend, he went on Commonwealth scholarship in the UK. Whilst he was on the scholarship, he applied for another master's in Canada. So immediately he finished the Commonwealth, he left to Canada and did the master. Whilst on the master's in Canada, he applied for a PhD in Canada, and now he's on a PhD in Canada. So that is it. I also know of a friend. He also went for 1 year MSc Educational Leadership. Before he could even do graduation, he's gotten admission at the University of Queensland in Canada, awaiting his graduation at the UK. So that 1 year that you are going to spend in the UK, my brothers and sisters, the opportunities that you get, they are enormous. They are enormous. So take that step. You get the masters. Once you are there, so many other doors are open for you.
Thank you, Richard. So many other doors are open for you. All right, let me take this question. Say, greetings. I would like to inquire about applying to these UK universities. Most UK universities I checked will be starting by September. For applicants considering applying to Chevening, is there going to be an open application?
Yeah, when you're applying now, you're applying for 2022 September. So the Chevening confirmation will come by June, July. I think Melissa read the timeline. I think June. So by June, you will know if you've been selected. So that when you've been selected, you will cater for the September window. So you start school in September. So we that came here last year, we had applied the year before. So technically, we've applied to Chevening exactly years now. Coming here and the whole experience here brings that 1 year, how much it can change for you. My school has a similar thing. It's more like they incubate you. So you can stay if you're an exceptional entrepreneur, you have exceptional tech talent, or maybe I won't talk about the asylum side, but there are opportunities here, and the study here for some of you choosing a course to read. I would advise that for me, this is one of the focus areas. Is because maybe I'm into digital stuff, but anything I'm doing, I'd explore the digital version of it. So I have a friend who is here. He's coming to do digital health systems. Explore things that are not common. You can. Some people have contacted me and they just want to come and do an MBA here. It feels so much like a personal ambition. If you're not careful, you may not be able to advance arguments for an MBA beyond personal ambitions. Why not you choose business decision science or business decision systems, as a third course to come and do here for the 1 year? And as much as possible, if you can, choose a very practical course that Ghana needs. Richard noted early on, the UK has priority areas in Ghana they are looking to work towards. Go to the former DFID website. I think they've changed their name now to D. What's the new name? D something. Or they've changed their name. Go and do that research. They were called DFID, DFID. They've changed their name. Yeah, they have priority areas in Ghana. So I saw there, for example, what the British Council is doing. Find out the work or the mission of UK in Ghana and look at what skills you think they'll be needing in the next 5 to 10 years. So it's also very key when you're choosing a course to do. Some people, I realize, they see Chevening as just helping them so much with their fanciful private agenda. But you see, you can make your fanciful private agenda become a communal or community Ghana agenda. So leave the comfort of your come to the UK and do this one. What will it change? For me, I've been doing something with Whole Node Hub before I came here. I co-founded a digital innovation hub. We are, as I speak now, we are currently working. And there's some of the things I've come to meet here, some networks I've established here. It's even helping our hub already before I even be coming back to Ghana. So advance all those arguments in your essays. Like, don't just come for yourself. Don't see this scholarship as for only you. See it for the greater good of yourself and your community, or maybe something you may have started already. So I just want to
now, okay, we have, if you could kindly touch more on the networking in the career and convey realistic with examples.
Peter, I would suggest you go on YouTube and find out from other people, or you request a recording of this particular. That's a cool thing. We recorded ourselves, so you can always rehash. Or if you haven't, go on YouTube. There are a lot of Cheveners across Africa or even the world who have shared their experiences online, and there are a lot of resources online. So don't limit yourself to anything we have said. So Chevening is highly competitive. So there, with things highly competitive, there's a lot of content around them, so you can satisfy your quest more.
Okay.
Right.
Just a little bit to what Mauli said with respect to that. So with respect to the networking parts, if I remember, this is what I wrote. You see, these issues are actually about your own story. So we said that you are telling your story. Is that okay? And when the story is actually real, there was actually no need to conjure anything. So this is how I wrote, what exactly I wrote in my essay. You see, in 2016, I had the opportunity to go to intergenerational dialogue in the African Union headquarters. And then I met 6 other Ghanaians, Musa, David, Yaira, and all that. So we became friends there. Whilst we were there, we all participated in the intergenerational dialogue between African youth and African heads of states. So we decided that, then with our knowledge of that summit, Ghanaian youth needs something. So let's come back and also train them. So the 6 of us actually formed co-founders, and then we founded the organization called Youth Without Borders Ghana. And from 2016 to that 2019 that I was making my application, Youth Without Borders Ghana had trained more than 5,000 young people in Ghana in senior high schools. That is actually the importance of one of the networking. Those are the things they are looking for. And then my second example I started was my current co-founder, Albert, who was supposed to join this program. I met Albert in KNUST in 2015. We were all GRASAC executives, but before we could finish our masters in KNUST, we decided to form a company, which was a research consultancy firm. And then we're able to even employ other people on part-time basis to also work for us. Is that okay? These are some of the things they are looking out for when they say the networking aspect, because they want to know how are you able, together with other people, to solve societal problems. Is that okay? So a lot of time people advise that you use what we call the STAR approach when you're writing some of these, your essays. And the STAR approach is basically about the situations, the actions, the results, and then all those things that has to come with it when the STAR approach is actually mentioned. And so they are looking at your ability to network and what comes out of your networking. The networking is not enough. You can't say that, oh, you are the outgoing type, you are this, you are that. No. Is that okay? They are looking at the results of your network. And it shouldn't be so big. It could be in your community. If you came together with somebody and then you executed a project in the community, it's networking, and then it's also bringing something out. On the issue of the career, I think you have to get a coordinated story. Is that okay? About, for example, maybe you are now finishing school, you are doing national service. Then you would have to focus more on what you intend to do and why you intend to do them. Like Mauli mentioned, on my career path, I talked about my short-term one, and I told them immediately after my program, I intend to come back to Ghana. And when I come back to Ghana, I intend to lecture in the university because already I had experience of lecturing in the university. That's what I told them. And I mentioned that, and indeed, Ghana cybersecurity space at the time I went was on the low side and we were suffering. So I told them that when I come, I will try and also consult other universities to develop cybersecurity programs in Ghana so that Ghana can itself train its own citizens in the area of cybersecurity without necessarily continue to rely on the UK. And it was a fantastic idea for the people. And then I told them that in the long term, I would want to be in the private sector, pursuing cybersecurity agenda. And at the time I was going for my interview, I was working with the African Union. And so they asked me, I remember they asked me how would my country benefit from my cybersecurity? And so they asked me whether I would go back to the African Union when I was done with my program. I said, yes, I'll go back to the African Union. And then the question was, oh, so how would Ghana benefit from my knowledge? And I said, oh, African Union is actually members of African countries, and Ghana is also a member of African country. And so if they give me the opportunity to train me in the UK, in effect, they are actually helping 53 countries other than helping Ghana. So my knowledge will be shared for all other African countries, and Ghana will be a beneficiary. You get it? And so that is about the career aspect. Once your story is straightforward, I believe that it's actually not a difficult thing that you can do. You can easily say true.
All right, thank you, Richard, for that. I think we have another question, and I hope it helped. Oh, this one was just a funny one. He said, what you guys are educating us about, unless God's favor sets in for us. But it doesn't mean. Does it mean you've disqualified yourself from the competition already? Or, well, someone is also asking, on the leadership and influence essay, it was stated that professional leadership roles are best to tell than academics, like SHS undergraduates. And as a recent undergraduate who had met with the work experience through several part-time jobs, but only had vital leadership experience through undergraduate studies, what advice would you suggest to give a challenging leadership essay, or probably a competitive leadership essay? Anyone?
Let me say a quick one. When it comes to your story, one of the mistakes we all do is that when you hear someone's story, like, because Richard has gone through the process and he's telling his essay, you think it's out of this world. See, the most unique thing to everybody on this call is your story. Nobody has your story the way you do. Nobody would have your story the way it happened to you. We can all be born in poverty. We can all wallow in filth. We can all wallow in underdevelopment. But your story is so harmonizing your own story for a lot of other scholarships, because you would have realized that the work you put in, you could just as well use those same either slightly modified for a couple of other applications. Do you get it? So when it comes to your story, this is my advice for you. Since you said you had vital, you did part-time jobs. Tell all those jobs. And also, let me just on undergraduate, but it does not have to be the center of your essay. Like you spent a whole 2 paragraphs talking about how you were the compound prefect. You could just drop that little, maybe in the beginning. Leadership came to me when I was so little. I was the high school prefect, and then when I even moved to high school, I became the so and so prefect. So when I moved to tertiary, I became the SRC president, and then I did this and that. And don't not to say you should omit it entirely, but if you, especially for those who had very great positions back in high school and tertiary, don't leave it out. But the focus should be on your current experiences. It's like a field glory when it's like which club? AC Milan. AC Milan is talking about their 2003 exploits now. It doesn't make sense. Nobody wants to hear that. Talk about your current Bayern Munich form. Talk about your current everybody wants to hear that. So that's where your story is you and your story. Nobody has a story like yourself. So find a way to tell your story. 2 people can be in poverty, but you read the story of one and it will be so telling. I noticed this thing in Ghana recently, the Oswald guy. It's the power of storytelling. The guy wrote a simple essay that blowed people to want to donate. So I think the job of a scholar is also to be able to tell your own story. It's a serious job of a scholar. You should, after hearing a lot of people's stories, you should be able to craft your own story to make that convincing case. So for me, that is what I would advise for the person asking to write a challenging leadership essay. Talk about your experiences. They are unique. Nobody will have them like you did. So weave it in a way. There should be, the thing about every story has a background.
I mean, that's the Oswald thing. The guy could have just said, "Hello, mommy, please buy me this when you're coming to my school." But you see how he set the tone? Everybody was willing to read and understand, bro. So, yeah.
Well, thank you. Oh, I thought we were done. Someone said, is it advisable to use the Europa CV format?
I did not use it, but yet I was chosen. So I don't think, I see people use it and I think it's a cool thing. Yeah. I think with or without, yeah.
Yeah, and I think some scholarships are specific with what they want. And if it's not mentioned, you can do without it. Just make sure that, your CV is professional. Like, it's not a mini skirt. Some of you, your CV is
Chevening has a way, I think in the application, they will not require, they may ask for your CV, but there's a place they will ask you to enter exactly. So in the end, the information would have gone out than the CV being required.
All right. Sure. Thank you for that. Someone is also asking. Now they don't want to send it here so that Richard will blast them. So I'm saying that seriously, the sample essays, kindly give it out because that is how the system has made us. One might be a scholar though, but we will need a sample to, guide us. That is it. Richard, you see, people are running away from the comment section. All right, Albert, no problem. After just reach out to I don't think we have any more message, so I'll go back to our scholars for their last words and then
No, but maybe some of the participants also want to talk. You are only taking messages. People
okay. Please, if you can talk, just put up your hand, use the emoji reaction, and then put up your hand and let's hear you talk. You can put on your cameras for us to also see your faces. Yeah.
So somebody has raised their hand. If you call the person, then I will unmute the person.
Okay, so Mark is the first one, followed by Martin.
Yeah. Who was first?
Mark, Who is first? Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark before Martin.
Okay. Mark, you can talk now. I've unmuted you.
All right. I want to use this opportunity to thank you, organizers, for this program. Then I also want to thank the scholars who have dedicated their time and energy to educate us. I'm so much grateful. And I wish to appeal to the scholars and organizers to be patient with us. I understand the angle you are coming from, but it's the system that has made us look as if you are not you. So we accepted your advice as well, and we will do it to you to be kind of patient with us. We definitely will also get there. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mark. God bless you too. This one, we know who this person is directing this thing to. Please be patient with us, please.
Richard, we have a colleague. He should have joined us. It would have been nice.
I'm telling
Richard should have joined us.
Richard.
Like, it's very important. You need fire and ice in this preparation because, to be honest, we can sound very diplomatic and all, but the Chevening process is tough. You better hear harsh words from Richard now and be happy later on than for him to coax you with sweet stuff and then you'll be really, really unhappy. And yeah, it's tough. It's not a joke.
Richard is not nice. I mean, when it comes to professionalism, he's not nice. He just says that it's it. So please.
And that's it's good to be good. It's very important.
Important thing, you know.
I think some people have their hands up.
Don't mind him. Okay, he's like that. Yes, we have Martin Mensah. Yeah.
Hi, Martin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It is okay now, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, guys. First and foremost, I would like to thank you guys for this program. Personally, I don't need this, but I only came because I saw it on Bernice's status and I felt let him join, and then at least I could get some pieces of information. But the problem with us as Ghanaians, like Richard has indicated, we really don't like to read. We sometimes we feel the average Ghanaian cannot even make a successful application without the help of a connection man, and it is disheartening most times. But I have picked pieces of info here, and maybe I could share with someone who may need it in future. So just to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. We are grateful. Okay. Anyone else, please, if you have a question, just raise up your hands and then
Mafus, do you have anything to say?
I don't see a hand up. Okay, so there's a comment in this chat box. So this is to Dixon. This is to say thank you so much to the host and panelists. This session is rich and refreshing. Cheers. Cheers, Dixon. Thank you for that. Please, anyone else before we take our last comment from our scholars and then we say goodbye. Akantibila, I think we've answered this question for you. Don't worry, after the recording, you can request it and then we'll give it to you, okay? We answered it. I don't know whether you are not online. Please, I'm currently in level 400, can I apply? It was answered by Richard. You don't want him to unleash all his dragon poison on you, please.
Yeah.
I see, Bernice, even with that question, it actually depends. If you actually attend KNUST, you could be sure that if not COVID, by May, the second semester is over. By June, your transcript and your certificate is ready. But I know some schools, we see when we keep telling you that university is not
say it.
I know some other schools. You even do your graduation 1 year after officially completing the program. And you go there and your transcript, you can't have access to them. That is the problem. Because you need your certificate and you need your transcript to apply for Chevening. So if you're a KNUST person and you are in final year, if not for COVID, by June, your transcript and your certificate is ready. And then Chevening is also ending in 2nd November, so you could apply. Is that okay? So this is what we keep saying. If you have opportunities to stay here and you have opportunity to choose to, please choose you all. It's also very important.
Yes.
I endorse this message so much. I'm privileged to have been to both schools, but yes. I will choose KNST number 1. over
Okay.
the other school.
Marketing. Well, somebody's just sent me a very interesting message in my DM. The person is asking, please, is Mauli single? Okay, the person said Richard, yeah, he's scared. She's scared to ask.
Mauli, don't be fooled, though.
But I'm the one, and you see, I'm the one that is single also.
So, yeah, that is it. Please, we want to hear Mauli. Mauli, please. The person is serious. Are you single?
You see, I like the specificity of purpose. This is a Chevening webinar. So if you have any other ultra motives, I think the world is very open. You can always reach out to me on social media privately, Nicodemus. You don't have to put it out here, especially the serious ones. So that's my answer.
Okay, so please, you can follow Mauli on LinkedIn. You know, that's his full name there. You can get in touch with him, and then, you know.
Oh, but Richard is single, it's true. I know. I know for a fact.
Richard is also single. So if you can hear me, those who are scared, please try him. I mean,
Richard is to be honest, Richard is
nice.
one of them. He's one of the most smartest guys I know. Richard, which year? 2009. We were on the same floor, and Charlie, this guy can advance arguments. Charlie, he's really smart. So, and I know he's single for a fact. For that,
Okay, so please, all those who are scared, Richard is very single. Okay, slide into his DM. He's very nice when you are, you know, on that personal level with him. Here, there, he would do that. Okay, so
mine is simple. Process is tough. Give it your all. And also, don't always wait to know a Chevener to help you to apply, especially those who are determined to. I did not know Chevener before I came, or even if I'd known, I didn't know they were Chevener, so they didn't help me in any way. A friend who was on a different scholarship helped me. So I just want to emphasize the importance of like peer mentoring. Some of your friends can even vet your essays that I would even have time to even look through, because we also have our time, like Richie noted. We are all busy people. If you know, like if you can imagine the amount of DMs I get on LinkedIn, especially about this Chevening thing, it's serious. So make use of your friends, your referees on your CVs and all those other things. Don't only wait for a Chevener to necessarily read you. Go online, there are resources there, you'll be fine. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and I would say that when you start this process, just put in your very best and do it. And don't let imposter syndrome set in. You can do it. Don't think Chevening is for certain kind of people. You can do it. Even if you try once and it doesn't work, try again. You would get it. Definitely one day you would get it. And just go for it, go for it and do a lot of research. Don't wait. Don't wait till someone comes to tell you this. Do a lot of research before you go and ask questions. And Mauli says something about your peers can even look through your essays. I had someone look through my essay. I knew, you don't have to wait for Mauli to come and look at your essay before you think it's okay. Okay, so just make of people around you. All right.
Thank you, Melissa. Now to our, please, Richard, you're on.
Bernice, I think that.
Melissa wanted to say something.
Okay.
Yes, and don't put all your eggs in one basket. Try other places as well. Chevening, Commonwealth, you're all there. Okay, just do that.
Awesome. Please, Richard, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that the last statement Melissa said was what I actually wanted to say. I feel that there is actually so many opportunities out there. It actually requires a lot of dedication, determination, and then perseverance. Personally, I applied once to Chevening and then I got it. Somebody in our cohort had to apply for 5 times, and every year he was making application before he got it. There was what we call time and season. Is that okay? Some people also had multiple scholarships. In fact, during our time, people had to choose other scholarships to allow people on reserve to get a Chevening. because they had applied to Erasmus Mundus and then some other scholarship in other European countries, Germany and all that. So please, don't, like Melissa said, don't put your eggs in one basket. Please, our country is becoming harder and harder. And so look for opportunities out there. There are opportunities out there. There are. So just put in quality applications, spend time to develop yourself and spend time to develop your application. And I believe that next year by this time, you'll be on this panel.
Amen.
And also one thing, you know, when you get these Chevening and other things, it's not just about the technical experiences or skills you would get. There's a lot more soft skills. You will learn a lot more. And I also believe that is the most important thing ever. Having the soft skills, being exposed, you know, having an open mindset, open to things, not close-minded, because we find ourselves, especially as Ghanaians, we're really, really close-minded. So when you come to places like that, you're really open to certain things, and you know when to talk, you know when not to talk, you respect people's opinions. And yeah, I just feel like you should learn a lot from other places as well. So this is a very great opportunity for you to have.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Let me just read this very short one and then I'll wrap up. From Martin to everyone, said, try many scholarship outlet, research. From Mercy says, thank you very much for your time in this session. It's very like an eye-opening and educative. It helped me to understand a lot of things. And with this knowledge, there are a lot of things I would avoid writing in my essays. Thank you for that, Mercy. All right, sure. So from our scholars, you can do it, read wide, avoid copy and paste, try other opportunities, and don't put all your eggs in one basket. And always remember, time and season, or time and chance happens to them all. So thank you all very much for your time, for joining us for this session. We would have the recording, so feel free to reach out to and also, if you want to know about scholars, feel free to get in touch with me and something out for you. Please don't come and ask me if they are married or they are single. Please, let's be serious, okay? All right, sure. So my name is Bernice Edwine, Global 360 Consult. Thank you very much. And then please, I would kindly ask our participants to leave us. So just kindly leave so that I'll be left with my scholars. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah. Okay, it looks like probably some people slept through, so they are still there.
You can take them out, you know.
Yeah, Richard should do that for us. MF and Nanama. Hope MF is not sleeping.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm taking them off.
Eugene should have come on, Mel. It would have been nice.
I'm telling you.
Eugene and Richard.